Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're passionate about South African politics and want real insight into the power plays shaping our democracy, then you're in the right place. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our latest content. And drop a comment below. What do you think about the MK Party's future and Jacob Zuma's leadership role? Let's get into it. Today, we're diving into a major development that's shaken the ranks of the uMkhonto weSizwe party, or MK party, and could have long-term implications for South Africa's political future. Senior MK leaders have just emerged from what can only be described as a political crisis, one that exposed deep cracks in the party's internal structure. But thanks to a decisive intervention from none other than Jacob Zuma, the party appears to be back on track, at least for now. Let's rewind. Over the past few weeks, tensions within the MK party began to boil over. Rumors of infighting weren't just whispers anymore, they became evident in awkward silences at press briefings, public snubs at campaign rallies, and sharp disagreements behind the scenes that began to leak to the media. What was once seen as a unified front built around Zuma's legacy was now showing serious signs of internal instability. Political analysts and supporters alike started asking, is the MK party already cracking under the pressure of South Africa's fierce political arena? Well, the answer, at least in part, lies in the clash of egos, ambitions, and visions within the party. Some leaders were said to be pushing for a radical approach to election strategy, one that doubled down on populist rhetoric and grassroots mobilization. Others were reportedly advocating for a more cautious approach, aiming to align the MK party with broader coalitions and present a more moderate image to South Africans still undecided about this relatively new political force. And this, folks, is where things got messy. Instead of working together, factions began forming. Personal loyalties were tested. Public confidence started slipping. And just as it looked like the MK party might implode before making a serious dent in the national political scene, Jacob Zuma stepped in. According to senior party insiders, Zuma summoned all the feuding leaders to his Nkandla residence over the weekend. The meeting, described as tense but necessary, was strictly behind closed doors. No journalists. No press statements. Just Zuma, and the people threatening to pull his party apart. Now, we all know Zuma's style. He may be a polarizing figure, but he's not one to tiptoe around internal problems. Sources close to the meeting said Zuma delivered a stern message. He reminded the leadership that the infighting was doing more than just harming morale, it was damaging the image of the MK party in the eyes of ordinary South Africans. Voters were watching, and what they saw was dysfunction. Zuma reportedly told the leaders in no uncertain terms that if they couldn't sort themselves out and present a united front, they could be replaced. Loyalty to the cause, he said, had to come before personal gain. Let's pause here and take a broader view. Why does this matter? Well, the MK party is not just another fringe group. Backed by Zuma's populist influence and still enjoying strong support in provinces like KwaZulu-Natal, the party has become a disruptive force in South Africa's evolving political landscape. With coalition governments becoming more likely after the recent elections, the MK party's ability to remain united will determine whether it plays a keymaker role or fades into irrelevance. After the Nkandla meeting, the results were swift. On Monday morning, the same leaders who were visibly distant and divided just days before, appeared side by side at a press conference. Smiling. Shaking hands. Speaking with one voice. A brief official statement followed, saying that the disputes had been resolved and that the leadership was united under Zuma's guidance. The statement also reinforced the party's mission of transformative change and assured supporters that discipline and unity were still core values of the MKP. Of course, the public show of unity has raised eyebrows. Some believe this was more a temporary truce than a true reconciliation. Political analysts have warned that while the visible rifts may have been patched up, the underlying issues haven't disappeared. Maintaining unity won't just take a weekend in Nkandla, it'll require ongoing trust, clear leadership structures, and a long-term strategy that everyone can rally behind. But Zuma's move was more than just damage control. It was a calculated show of authority. By reminding the leadership that he still holds the reins, Zuma sent a message not just to his party, but to South Africa. He may have stepped back from official national power, but make no mistake, Zuma remains a central force in shaping the future of opposition politics. Some critics argue that Zuma's grip on the MK party is both its greatest strength and its biggest weakness. On the one hand, his charisma and legacy help draw crowds and headlines. On the other, his dominance makes it difficult for new leaders to emerge or dissenting voices to grow. This means the party's long-term health might hinge on its ability to evolve beyond being just a Zuma vehicle. Still, in the short term, this crisis appears to have been diffused. The question is, for how long? As we approach more by-elections and the ongoing coalition negotiations, the MK party will be tested again and again. The internal unity they now claim must withstand external pressure, from the ANC, the EFF, the DA, and even from civil society organizations scrutinizing every move they make. This is not the end of the story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter in the MK party's political journey, one that may define whether it becomes a lasting force or a flash in the pan. So what do you think? Is the MK party stronger after this intervention? Or is this just a temporary bandage on a deeper wound? Can Zuma keep the party unified as the stakes get higher, or will old tensions resurface? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown informative, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your politically minded friends. Your support helps us keep bringing you in-depth analysis on the stories that matter most. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.